My name is Sergeant First Class Nadi from Yongsan, Korea. I'd like to say Merry Christmas to my wife, Lorraine, my mom, my 4 children, Roxanne, Philip, Brianna, and Jonna, and also to my sisters, Mary and Luann. Merry Christmas, love you all. Go Pittsburgh.
Welcome back to CUTV News Center. I'm Allison Steinheiser with your sports. Cal U has built up an athletic program of excellence that includes most of their intercollegiate sports. In the fall sports season, 3 of these teams made their respective NCAA tournaments. For the football team, it was expected that they make the playoffs. However, the team was unable to meet their own expectations when they lost in the first round to PSAC East champion Bloomsburg. The 2010 Vulcan football team took their act on the road to start this season when they traveled to Saginaw Valley in a heart-pounding game that ended with a win in overtime. Lamont Smith then carried the Vulcans to Long Island and pounded PSAC East opponent CW Post. After battling on the road for 2 games, the Vulcans continued their offensive outburst, scoring 40 or more points for the 3rd straight game after defeating East Stroudsburg at home. Josh Portis then led the Vulcans to a win over Clarion to start conference play. To begin October, the team continued their dominance of PSAC West opponents by putting up 58 points on Lock Haven. In their first trip of the season up to Erie, Portis again helped the Vulcans defeat the Golden Knights of Gannon. On homecoming weekend, California defeated the Rock of Slippery Rock to continue their winning streak against PSAC opponents to 24 games. However, in their second trip up to Erie, the Vulcans put the streak on the line against the Lakers of Mercyhurst. After a feisty start to the game, the Lakers were able to stifle the Vulcans' offense and defeat the team 31-21. The team now needed to win out in order to have a shot at continuing their streak of PSAC championships. Led by wide receiver Chedrick Cherry, the Vulcans defeated IUP to win a 2nd consecutive Coal Bowl. With a chance to win their 6th straight PSAC title, the team traveled up to Erie for one final time and shut out Edinburgh. Because the Vulcans lost the tiebreaker to Mercyhurst, they took on Cheney as a warm-up for the first round of the NCAA playoffs. PSAC East opponent Bloomsburg came to Adamson Stadium carried by freshman Franklin Kiate and defeated the Vulcans to end their run in the first round of the NCAA playoffs. While the football team has had a reputation for several years because of their showings in NCAA tournaments, the women's soccer team is in the beginning stages of building a winning tradition. With the help of upperclassmen like junior Paula Jackson and underclassmen like freshman Bethany Smida, the team gained a lot of respect this season by being a strong team and having a good showing at the PSAC tournament as well as the NCAA tournament. The women's soccer team looked to continue their strong play under coach Al Alvide in the 2010 season. The team was able to start off strong, winning their first 2 games before taking on IUP at Rodman Park. Despite outshooting the Crimson Hawks 26-9, IUP was able to hold on for a tie after double overtime. The Vulcans would roll after that, winning their next 11 games. During the streak, the team averaged scoring 4 goals a game while only allowing 4 goals against through the whole streak. On homecoming, the Vulcans suffered their first loss of the season when the Golden Rams of Westchester defeated the team 1-0. This would not be the last meeting between these 2 teams. Cal continued to roll through the rest of the season in the first 2 rounds of the PSAC tournament, winning their next 5 games before meeting the Golden Rams once again in the championship game. With both teams playing a strong game through regulation and 2 overtime periods, Westchester was able to defeat the Vulcans in penalty kicks to take the conference championship. The Vulcans then had to prepare for the NCAA tournament, where the team was hosting the first 2 rounds for the first time in history. The team defeated Slippery Rock in a heart-pounding game that was ended when Sam Regney scored on penalty kicks. The Vulcans then met Westchester for the 3rd time in the season. This game would be more of the same from the 2 teams. For the 3rd game in a row for the Vulcans, they took the Rams to penalty kicks, but were defeated. Another team with high expectations coming into the season was the volleyball team. As the reigning PSAC champions, the team was expected to again put up a strong showing throughout the season. With new faces and a group that consisted of only 2 seniors, the Vulcans faced adversity early on. The team was able to rebound and prove that they were still a force in Division II volleyball. The volleyball team came into the season with high expectations but was hit with adversity early on. At an invitational tournament in Florida, the Vulcans lost their first 4 matches of the season, winning only 1 game in those matches. After finishing the early season tournaments, the team started to roll. The Vulcans won 14 of 15 matches to start conference play, only losing to Clarion. The run was stopped by Edinburgh and Juniata, the top-ranked team in Division III. Heading into the playoffs, the Vulcans won 4 of 5 matches. Even though the Vulcans eventually found their stride, they still had to face Edinburgh in the quarterfinals of the PSAC playoffs, where they lost the match. Cal would get their shot at revenge when they entered the NCAA tournament. The Vulcans swept both IUP and Edinburgh in their first 2 rounds before losing to Clarion. Although the Vulcans were eliminated from the NCAA playoffs, they still finished with a 23-13 record overall and a 15-4 record in conference play. And Wednesday night in Hamer Gymnasium, the women's basketball team hosted the District of Columbia. Led by junior Amy Johns, who totaled 21 points and added 7 rebounds, the team was able to defeat the Firebirds 64-48. Senior Kayla Smith also added a double-double with 19 points and 17 boards. The 24th-ranked Vulcans extended their winning streak to 3 games and improved their record to 4-1. With the end of the fall sports season comes awards. On the women's soccer team, 3 girls received All-American awards on Thursday. Junior goalkeeper Paula Jackson made the second team, while freshman Bethany Smida and junior Kayla Kaminsko received third-team awards. In volleyball, Megan Franz was named to the All-Region team. The football team also had 5 players awarded regional honors. Senior Dan Jordan and Nick Piccarello were named to the first team, while senior Derek Fiorenza and juniors Eric Harris and Brent Diamond received second-team honors. Okay, guys, so lately there's been a lot of snow on the ground, especially the past 2 days, and with that comes a lot of different outdoor activities. What are some of your favorites?
Yeah, I'm excited to get out there and hopefully go skiing soon. And hockey is all throughout winter, so there's that too.
I like to snowboard.
Yeah, both of those are good. I know back home over Thanksgiving break, my brother and I built an ice rink actually outside of our yard, so that would definitely be fun.
Yeah, I don't live too far from you, so I might have to come check that out.
Yeah.
Thanks, Allison.
Thanks.
That's all we have for this week's edition of News Center.
We'll see you next week.
I'd like to wish the warmest of holiday seasons to Jane Spence in Washington, Pennsylvania from her son Scott and her daughter-in-law Amy in sunny, warm Honolulu, Hawaii. Mele Kaliki Maka, Mom.